If you're looking for unique jewelry to adorn the unique person in your life, there's a local company that may have just the right thing for you.
From promise rings to wedding bands to corporate jewelry, Lisa Krikowa is here to tell us all about Krikowa jewelry. Hi Lisa, thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you.
Before we get into the most beautiful pieces that you brought us today, tell us about your store and your jewelry.
So we are a custom jewelry store, and we specialize in designing and handcrafting custom pieces, mostly wedding and engagement rings, but also other special jewelry pieces.
So can you make any design a reality?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say yes.
Okay.
We've done some pretty crazy things.
I was just going to say, I'm sure people have crazy ideas when they come
absolutely.
in.
So I'm interested, I was looking at your website and I noticed you have corporate jewelry. I've never heard of corporate jewelry.
Well, that's just I actually would like to expand our corporate jewelry line. We've done a few pieces for some different businesses, either whether they give gifts for, a 5-year or a 10-year anniversaries. We've also done the medallions for the U of A Honors College, so that's a beautiful gold-plated medallion that the graduates get. So things like that, really fun.
And tell us about your background. How did you get into all of this?
Well, I took my first jewelry class in 1988, and then I graduated from the U of A in 98 with a degree in jewelry and metalsmithing, and immediately went out to the garage and started the business. So spent a good, 8 years in the garage, and my husband joined me in 2002, and that's when we launched our website, Krikowa.com.
And tell us about, I know you have something special to talk about, Mokome Gane.
Mokome Gane.
Mokome Gane.
Right. Well, that's a technique I learned in school at the U of A.
Okay.
And it's one of the alternative techniques. It's a Japanese technique of layering and laminating different metals together. I don't know if you've ever seen the Damascus swords that have this wood grain pattern on the blade. Well, that's the same technique, but applied to precious metals. It's called Mokome Gane. So we incorporate Mokome into wedding bands and engagement rings, and it makes a really beautiful and unique set.
It is unique.
I know we're showing some pictures right now. It's very different.
It is.
Is that becoming really popular?
Well, it's labor intensive, so you're never going to see it on the mass market.
Okay.
Many hours go into making billets, forging them together, laminating them, creating the pattern, inlaying them into the rings. So, it's definitely signature for us, and we are internationally recognized for this technique.
Wow.
I know, I saw that your website says international headquarters. I'm like, that sounds so cool. Worldwide.
It is cool.
Well, our customers are worldwide. And that's how we started out with our website, showing design, showing our portfolio on the website, and that's what really helped us to take off. And it wasn't until 2009 that we actually opened our doors in Tucson.
So what countries are the most regular buyers, I guess?
Well, Canada's number 1.
Okay.
And then Australia, number 2. And then Great Britain, number 3, for sure. Singapore, we get a lot from Singapore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice wealthy country to have as one of your clients.
Tell us a little bit about the design process.
So when you purchase a ring or start on a design with Krikowa, you start with a design consultant, and we have a couple extremely talented designers on staff that you work with, whether it's on the phone or in person, of course in our Tucson store, or by email. So we go through a process of discovery, what it is that you like, what you're looking for. Some people have a very specific idea of what they're looking for. Others, they come in and they say, I just want something unique. And so then it's a process of elimination of going through.
That would be
designs.
hard.
It is extremely challenging, but also it's
what
fun.
you love to do, right?
And it's so fun. And people get a little intimidated by it, but it is extremely fun. And what we really pride ourselves on is education. So we talk about the stones that are available, the metal types, what's going to last the longest, what's going to help your design come to life. And then we go through a process of sketching, if it's something that we can't show pictures of, or mock-ups, showing different prototypes. We have many prototypes in the studio. And then we also create 3D renderings. So most of our designs start in CAD, and we have a very talented CAD department so everything, CAD is computer-aided design. Okay. So it's 3D modeling. And so So the design goes into a 3D model, and then we create renderings for a customer to see before the jewelers ever touch anything.
Okay.
So you as a customer can see what we've talked about. You can see it in color. You can see the different views and know that that's exactly what you're going to get.
Can you still make changes at that point?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And we really try and nail it through the design process before we go to the rendering. But yeah, that's what it's for. It's to make the changes there. It's a lot easier to make the changes
Right.
in there than it is, in metal. So
What I think is so cool, I have to put my glasses on to see some of your designs here on the table, but is that, men often don't want something as glitzy as any kind of stone, but they don't want something that's plain.
Right.
And in some of these designs, you get something that is a little bit fancy.
it's unique
without
unusual.
being
Yeah.
sparkly.
Right, right, exactly. And that mokume is so popular with the men because it's a matte finish, and it's this wood grain, and it has a rustic, feel to it, but it's very sophisticated and unusual. And then we have other men's bands too that had just a little bit of an edge, but simple. Men really like simple.
They do like simple. I'm going through obviously the process right now of wedding band shopping
Yes.
with Greg, and he's like, I just want something super simple.
Yeah.
But do you have anything exciting that you guys are working on now?
Well, I'm really excited about what we've done this year. We've created a new line, which historically we haven't actually ever done that besides what we've done with the mokume. We're so customer oriented that we create new designs based upon our customers' needs. Well, this year I had a very strong desire to create a vintage style line, and I'm so excited about the pieces that they're just now coming out, because I go through the sketch process, the design process, then we go into modeling and rendering and materials, then we go into prototype making. So it's taken 6 months for this really to come full circle, but the pieces are looking amazing, and I'm so excited.
You showed me some of them. Vintage is so in
Yeah.
right now.
It really
and
is.
They are breathtakingly beautiful.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Lisa. And to learn more about Krikowa Jewelry, just visit them on Campbell Avenue. Call them at 322-6090 or go online to krikowa.com. Again, that's 322-6090 or krikowa.com.
Well, I'm really excited. Next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have this company from the East Coast called National Rarities, and they're putting on the Great Estate Roadshow, where they will purchase antiques, old toys, any collectibles, or anything that you might have, paintings. They'll pay cash for it, and you get to find out how much your things are worth. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, no appointment required. You can come into the studio 9 to 5, any of those days.
And quickly, what's the address?
It's 4280 North Campbell, St. Philip's Plaza.
Okay,
Perfect.
excellent.
Thank you.
Good luck with that.
Thanks.
The jewelry's still beautiful.
Oh,
We're like
amazing.
marveling over it.
Awesome.
Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Tomorrow on the show, we'll tell you where you can